took LEGO over 10 years to remake this vehicle, and the last time they did it, they got a lot of hate because it was very small. So the question is this a worthwhile remake, or is it just another overpriced small set? And with that, welcome to my set review of set number 75435, Battle of Felucia Separatist MTT. Obviously, the set is part of the LEGO Star Wars 2025 summer lineup. It contains 976 pieces, 12 minifigures, and it retails for roughly $160 and 150 euros. When opening this set, you get a total of 8 numbered bags, a small sticker sheet with a total of 4 stickers, and an instruction manual with a pretty straightforward building process. Starting off with the first minifigure, and this is the standard B1 battle droid, you get a total of 6 of them, which makes absolutely sense as this is a troop transporter. And these have been the same minifigures for years. I think this is still the same version as in 2007 when they changed the arm. Otherwise, this is basically the same minifigure ever since they started doing these, and they don't need to change them. I love these battle droids, they look great, they absolutely work with the mold they have, and it's just an awesome minifigure. Great to get them. After 12 years, the Commander droid makes his comeback, and this is a new color variant. This time they decided to go for the gunmetal gray, the same color that the blasters have nowadays. And while I think it looks really cool and badass, I don't think that this is the accurate color that they should have come in. Here you can see the old version from the Commander droid, which was introduced in 2012, if I remember that correctly. And this is in brown, or like dark brown, which is the way more accurate color in my opinion when you look at the source material. Now, the new one looks cool, especially with the new printing on the torso and everything, and they feel more stable in my opinion, but overall I think the brown is just the more accurate color and the color that these droids should have come in. Otherwise I think they look really cool, but the color is just inaccurate in my opinion. The last droid in the set is the B1 Battle Droid Pilot. It's basically the same figure as a B1 Battle Droid, but with a blue torso. And the blue torso got a print on it. I think they should print it in double layers, so it is not as transparent. Otherwise, it's a solid figure and definitely needed to pilot the MTT. Now for the first very exciting minifigure in the set, and this is Ayla Secura. It's been the first time since 8 years that we finally have this character again in LEGO form, and I think it's a really great looking figure. She got some awesome printing on the torso and also on the hips, continuing over to the legs and the feet. She has some nice printing on the backside and this awesome custom molded headpiece for her with the leku, I think they're called. And also just the brown headpiece that she wears and all these prints around her leku and everything. It looks really cool. She has a double-sided face print, one with a more neutral or smiling looking face, the other one with a more concentrated angry fighting face. I like both of these face prints pretty much the same. Compared to the older figure from 2017, this is pretty much the same figure for the most part. They changed a bit of the color and just of the printing in general. I prefer the new one, I have to say. I like the lip color more, that it's now not this flashy pink anymore. And also the leg printing looks better in my opinion, with more details and also feet printing, which looks really cool. Otherwise, they are pretty much the same. So if you have the old one, yeah, you're not missing out on that much if you don't want to get this new set. Slowly but surely, LEGO is giving us all of the Clone Commanders that we still need. This is another addition to this collection. This is Clone Commander Bly. And besides some inaccuracies, I really like this figure. Now, he comes with the micro binoculars, which is accurate to the character. However, the helmet print is not fully accurate. For the most part, it's a pretty nice helmet print, which is accurate. But the cheeks shouldn't have been gray. They should have been yellow, which I don't know why they did it in gray. Yeah, it's more cohesive and fitting with the other clones that LEGO has been giving us, but still the yellow cheeks would have been more accurate and so also better looking, so I don't know why they couldn't do that. The torso print for the most part looks pretty nice. It comes with this new pauldron piece that the 327th Troopers got as well. He continues to print over the hips to the legs, and once again, sadly, he doesn't come with a physical waist cape. He has this printed one, which just looks bad, it looks cheap, it doesn't look good. I will always advocate for physical waist capes. Under his helmet, you're gonna find the standard clone face. And now while Bly isn't fully accurate to the source material, he still looks really great, and especially with those 327th Troopers from the battle pack, he looks amazing. Now with the prices of these sets, it's not gonna be that easy to army build them, as 40 bucks is still a heck of a price tag for a battle pack. But if you have these characters together on the shelf or just in general, they look so cool together, and combining Ayla with Bly and the 327th Troopers looks really amazing. You can replay the Order 66 scene, of course, you can build some nice mocks, or just display them the way they are. They're really badass and they look really cool. So overall, this is an amazing minifigure lineup and I'm super happy with the choices. Some minifigures are slightly inaccurate, but overall, it's great. Now let's take a look at the build of the set, and the MTT honestly is really fantastic. Now the coloring and shaping is really awesome, they got a lot of the details right on this model. You have this big printed piece on the front side which looks amazing. The stickers don't look as great, but the shaping on all the side panels and everything looks really nice. I think the back section / hip section, if you know what I mean, could have been a little bit more extended to the sides, but otherwise the proportions are really great, especially in such a small build. The shaping at the front and especially the top section is really on point. The blue and gray lines are accurate for the most part, at least I didn't notice any major flaws in these, so the coloring and shaping is really great in this model. The only real nitpick I have on this set are maybe the cannons, because they are way too small when compared to the in-universe MTT from the Clone Wars show, but otherwise this is a really great model. It's still not $160, but we'll get to that. As far as play features go, you can of course remove the top section of the MTT to reveal some interior. This is where you can put the B1 Battle Droid pilot to pilot the MTT. Because there's not a lot of space, the droid has to more lay in this section than really sit in there. But I think it's still fine, he can still pilot the MTT. There's a nice sticker on the inside as this little control panel here. Usually I'm fine with stickers when it comes to control pieces, however I don't like the sticker on the outside, this kind of vulture droid eyes that you have on the top of the MTT. They don't look good because the gray doesn't match the color of the Lego brick gray at all. So either print this or find a brick build solution. Yeah, I don't know, if you can print the whole front section, like this nose piece, which is an awesome print, why not print this too? But otherwise the front and especially the top section are really well built. A lot of great angles and shaping that they were able to achieve. They've done a really great job on this. You can open up both side sections of the MTT and you can do this on either of the sides. So basically 4 panels that lift up. I don't know why they had to use these bright and popping red pieces at the front. I mean, you can't really do anything with the front section of the interior because this is just used for the mechanism. But yeah, I don't know why these pieces had to be included. On the back side there is not much as well. But you can see a part of the mechanism, and there's also a weapons rack, if you can really call it that, because they just stick the weapons into the skeleton of the MTT, so there is not really a weapons rack, it's just some open studs where you can put the weapons in. I mean, it's better than nothing, but yeah, it looks really sad. And the back section does open up as well, you can move this up and down. This reveals some kind of interior, but yeah, once again, there is not much space, this is just for the step to lay in there, so you can transport it with the MTT. The thing below that is just for the mechanism of the droid's rack at the front, so there's not much to do besides putting the step in here. But yeah, at least you can transport it with your big vehicle. Then there's also the step that is included with this set. This is a pretty similar build to the last step that we've got. It's a solid build, I can't really complain about anything, but yeah, it's also nothing to be majorly excited about. What I do really like about this model is that they added a total of 6 wheels, so 4 of these black ones in the back and 2 of these grey ones in the front. This adds for some really nice playability as your MTT can now really roll and kind of hover above your ground. And yeah, it's really nice to play with this, it's a nice feature. You can also fire both of these dart shooters. They kind of work on this model here because the actual MTT also has some pieces that look like eyes for the model. However, I still think a brick build version of something that represents the details from in-universe would have looked better. But yeah, it's play model, so dart shooters are fine. And now here is one of the greatest play features on any LEGO Star Wars model of all time. The droid's rack does actually move out and deploys the troops on the field. This is such an amazing play feature. So you have to turn this knob on the backside and it honestly triggers the hell out of me that it's not centered in the mid. But I can forgive them because this mechanism works so smoothly and flawlessly, it's amazing. The MTT does already look very cool when it's closed up, but also the open position with the deploying mechanism looks really great. It's such a cool model. This play feature works very flawlessly. I never had any issues with the doors closing or with the droid's rack getting stuck or anything. It works really perfect. Amazing. It's also worth pointing out that when you retract the droid's rack back into the MTT to load it up, it actually closes the doors with the play feature. On previous models you had to do this manually, which is such a nice addition. It's such a great play feature. It's amazing. I can't stop talking about how much I love this. When you're comparing the size of the MTT to the clone Juggernaut, they are pretty similar in size. I think the MTT is maybe a little bit more compact, but it also doesn't have a lot of hollow space because of the wheels like the clone turbo tank does. Yeah, they feel both very small. The MTT luckily feels a little bit more sturdy, but yeah, they're just overall really small. When you compare both of these models to the ATTE is way bigger and it's just 3 years old, so yeah, I don't know. It seems a little bit crazy that this is just 3 years apart and they are so much smaller. But what really shocked me is when you compare these 2 new models from the August wave to some really old playsets. This is the Republic Cruiser from I think 2005, and I know inflation, yada yada yada, but still comparing these 2 models size-wise, it's just really insane. I know the new models are more sturdy, have sometimes better features or do look better, are more detailed and more sturdy. But comparing these models size-wise to some old sets is really crazy. And I do think size matters when it comes to LEGO Star Wars sets. A bigger set just feels better, and it's cooler to have a bigger set. So yeah, it's really sad how small the sets have become. And I still think that $160 is too much for the set. I think $120 would have been way more fair for what you're actually getting. I like the MTT. It's a great model. It has amazing features, especially that Droids Rack feature is amazing. It's one of the best features I've ever seen on any LEGO Star Wars model. And it looks really great, but still, I don't know, the models are very small, and yeah, I don't know, the sets just feel tiny now. And now I hope that LEGO finally stops the trend of downsizing, because you can't do these models any smaller. If you continue to downsize, you will have to do like a midi scale model, which is not perfect for a play model, of course. So yeah, please LEGO, stop downsizing. So overall, I think this is one of the best sets, if not the best set from the August wave. The price holds it back a little, which is sad, because otherwise it's a really great model. And for $120, I wouldn't be complaining that much, but 160 is just a steep price to ask for this. And yeah, it's a little sad that a lot of these sets get held back by the price tag. But now I'm very interested in your opinion about the set. What do you think about the MTT? Would you have preferred a brown version from the movies, or do you like the Clone Wars version? Also, what do you think about the prices and the continuous downsizing of LEGO sets? Please let me know down your opinions in the comments below. Leave a like and subscribe to support the channel. I would highly appreciate that. And other than that, have a great day.